Good afternoon, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing another subject to you that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and that is genocide. Pretty much everybody's heard about it. I think that there are a variety of definitions going around, and I will start with my own definition. It is the organized eradication or elimination of a particular race of people, a genetically defined group of people with a common heritage, basically. So I want to connect this to modern events. It's something that's happening that a lot of people aren't aware of, namely the compartmentalization and subsequent unintentional genocide of Native Americans. So with that said, it sounds like an exaggeration. It sounds like you would have heard about it if it was going on, but you might be surprised because it's not common knowledge, and I've only come across this knowledge by working myself personally for the Native Americans in the past, and I've experienced some things and I've seen some things, and I want to share a little bit about that. So what I'm talking about is the compartmentalization, that is the forcing of Native people onto native land if they wish to remain a people versus be diluted beyond recognition by being absorbed into the larger American culture, which is the only alternative really for them. So we have some land set aside for these people, and this isn't a deep dive into the policies or official stance of the federal government on that land, but the effects, the actual measurable effects that are occurring because of it. In particular, there is a severe and catastrophic destruction of their genetic heritage, their base, their integrity, their genetic integrity. And that's for two main reasons. First of all, their areas to populate and repopulate are much, much smaller than they ever have been in history. Second of all, there are economic hardships imposed on these people, extreme economic hardships, because they are cut off in a lot of ways. And this is why you see their improvisation to make ends meet with casinos and gambling. It was technically legal at one point and remains so on most native land, if not all of it, because they are supposed to be sovereign. And again, I'm not trying to deep dive into sovereignty or how it's actually being implemented. Suffice to say that it's not being implemented beyond the allowance of casinos, mainly because mainstream Americans tend to enjoy going there, if we're being honest, for that purpose. In any case, we are actually witnessing the genocide of their people. Their tail end that you don't see is not doing well at all. And there is a dilution, predictably, with the people integrating and reproducing with others. And while it may not seem like a critical thing, it's something to consider seriously, because if it goes on much longer, and it may actually already be too late, their people will cease to exist. They will just be Americans. There will be no more Indians. And while that may not matter to you, it matters to them a lot, and it probably should matter to you, seeing as however you got here, you probably didn't originate here. Your family didn't. Your great-great-grandparents or whoever, they immigrated, and they were undocumented, most likely. Separate subject, but something to think about, that if you don't protest it, it's just going to get worse for them until they go away, like completely, irrevocably. And I feel strongly about that. I feel like they were here first. All else aside, they don't deserve to be genocided. So pardon my use of that verb. Have a great day, and reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.